So Savita, of course, is in this context, Savita relates to Brahma because he is the creator of all. And then Savita Vai Devanam Prasavita, there is a mantra in the Shatapatha Brahmana. So we have got to incorporate the definition of Savita from Shatapatha Brahmana. It is not Savitru, which we address to Surya. So here it actually refers to the creator Brahma. The reason is, you will also see the reason immediately. The next name is Saraswati. So Saraswati is Vak Shakti, and then all sounds are because of Saraswati. And then Saraswati is also Parabrahma Vachaka. So that is why whenever you find the word Saraswati, it means it is also an indication of Parabrahman. Then Pusha, these are simple words actually. Pusha is Poshanat iti Pusha. Pusha, that which nourishes. So what is that quality which nourishes our individuality? That we are individual. The quality is Ahankara. Therefore, Pusha is also related to Ahankara. Ahankara not as ego. Ahankara is the eye maker. The eye maker. The Pusha is the eye maker.
The eye aspect. I-ness.
The I-ness. Yeah. That's why I usually use the word individuality. The sense of individuality. Brihaspati, here is Brihas and Patihi. That means is a support, as a adhisthana or a support of our intellect. So you can see how from word, speech, the sense of I, because it's only when there is the individual sense of I, there is role for buddhi. Otherwise, why do we need buddhi? So buddhi is so that you can express your own opinion, your own understanding. And for that also you need a walk. So that is why what happens is, once a person becomes a Brahmajnani, he becomes quiet. So why does he become quiet? Because there is no need for all this mana, buddhi, ahankara, all those things is not required. So that is why he will become quiet. Mitra is the one who protects us from the aberrations of the mind. So in this context, he is one who gives manasthairya and dhairya. Therefore, he is Mitra. See, who is a friend? A friend is one who enhances your sense of your confidence, isn't it? A friend is one who makes you say that, you can do this, you can face this problem, you can handle this difficulty. He is a friend. So there are many Subhashitas also. I think else in earlier classes I have talked about the Subhashita, what is a quality of a friend.
One is Mitram, other is Mitraha.
Mitraha. Yeah, Mitram, I think it's always a neutral gender. You can never use...
it's Mitram.
Yeah, Mitram. And so by giving manasthairya and dhairya, he increases our health also. Because one of the very important ingredients of good health is a stable mind. That is how people are able to fight even the most difficult diseases, when they have got stability of mind. Therefore, we have to pray to Mitra for that. And then he gives us the will to live. And then he is the one, if his grace is not there, first thing that happens is bhaya. So wherever you are afraid, then you pray for Mitra. So that is why instead of having to search for a lot of mantras, we just pray to Surya. This is why Aditya Hridaya was given by Agastya Maharshi, so that whatever fears that Rama had goes away. Not that he had, he gave it for us. Then Varuna is actually, he is defined as Jyotir Vidyadhipati. See, in Vidya there are several strata of Vidya. One is information, data. When data is processed, it becomes information. When information converts into your mental stability, that is one state of one condition of vidya. Another condition of vidya is where we study vidya for vidya's sake. For example, all our Shastra Vichara we are all studying only for its own sake. There is no other reason for studying it. But the purification of the chit, the purification or even the identification of the chit, to know that there is the absolute Brahmajnana in me. Where is the locus of Brahmajnana? It is in the chit, not chitta. It is in the chit. This chit has been covered by a number of things. First of all, it is covered by gunas from the cosmos. It is covered by the 5 sheets, the panchakoshas. It is covered by our avasthas, the Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti avasthas. So these are all web of envelopment. That enveloping web is called Varuna. So when Varuna's grace is there, he will reveal that Jyotirvidya into us. This Jyotirvidya, Jyotir Brahmana and other things we will also see in other Upanishads. The internal organs also are related to these devatas. That is, Buddhi is related to Brihaspati, related to Brahma Vidya. Manas is related to Mitra, is related to Ayurveda. Because we said mental stability is equal to health. Therefore, it has to be related to Ayurveda. Then Chitta is related to Varuna, is related to Jyotirvidya or Jyotisha. So you will see that there is a mapping also on the Angas of the Vedas. Then Tvashta is known as the Chakshur Vidyadipati. Chakshur Vidyadipati means one who gives us farsightedness and nearsightedness. So we must be able to take decisions which matter right now, and our decisions must also be such that in the long term also they do good to us. So this is granted by Tvashta. Then Dhata is the Shravanadipati. That means he is the one who makes us hear what should be heard, and he makes us stop what should not be heard.
Sometimes what should be heard of.
Yes. And Vishnu is the Rasanendradipati or the Lord of Ruchi. That is the concept of taste. It is not just the taste of food. Having good taste, having a noble taste is all given by Mahavishnu. And then Vishnu is made into the Rasadipati because Vedanta says the highest growth of an individual intellectually is to be able to experience the rasa. Ultimate experience is rasa. That's why Upanishad also says raso vai saha rasaggahyevayam labdva nandi bhavati. Ekkadosthundi?
Thank you.
रसग्गह्येवायं लब्ध्वा नन्दी भवति कोह्येवान्यात् कः प्राण्यात् यदेश आकाश आनन्दो न स्यात्. So all this is related to Vishnu. And then the Ashwinaschame. Ashwina referred to the Gandhadipati. That means again our ability to identify smell. If any of this is not there for us, life would be very, very hard, very difficult. Gandhadipati. Marut is Sparshadipati. And Prana and Stvak and Sparshadipati. That is why if a person has leprosy, the sense of touch goes away. So that's why many times we say that you do the worship for the Maruts, and there are 49 of them. All other gods uncovered, maybe who may be discovered in future. Because every day they are discovering a new god. When we were growing up, there was no Santoshima. She suddenly figured into the then. So all these new gods get added to our pantheon, which is fine. There is nothing wrong in that. Therefore, the mantra says Vishve Devaha. Then Prithvi Antariksha Dyav. Prithvi cha me, Antarikshan cha me, Dyaush cha me. All this is the Lokabhimani Devatas. Because each Devata should cooperate. Deva Bhagam Yatha Purve Sanjadana Upasate. Where does it come? Huh? Aikamate Suktam.
We've been singing that for so long, 25 years. So you should at least.
I beat Rekha, doesn't matter. I beat Rekha, that's all.
Yes, that's all it matters.
I felt like me, you're also sitting quietly.
No. I'm just happy. I need to record this dude.
Yes, date, time.
So Prithvi, Antariksha, Dev, Disha also belongs in.
Yeah, Digdevatas, Dishashchame, and this is Dishashchame, Indrashchame. The Digdevatas are bundled up together. See, in what we did in Mahanyasa is we identified each one of the Digdevatas, all the 10, and then we found the form, how do they look, and what is their mount, and then what kind of weapons they hold. Once you know all these things, so intuitively you will be able to understand. That's why we have incorporated this in our Sandhya Vandana mantras. Both in the morning and in the evening, we actually turn to each direction and say Om Namah Prache Dishe Yascha Devata Etasyam Prativasantyeta Bhyascha Namo Namaha. Then you turn south and say Om Namo Dakshinaye Dishe Yascha Devata Etasyam Prativasantyeta Bhyascha Namo Namaha, etc. So when we are doing this, you have got to visualize the presence of all these deities in those forms. So that is how you envelop yourselves with all of these Digdevatas. Murdhachame is the Brahmaloka, and also it is a Sahasrara Chakra. So both of them are identified here. And Prajapati is the progenitor, that means the original creator Prajapati. So now I have seen Idam Dra Indrashchame. I have seen this, that all of our abilities that we have identified are because of this Pratyaksha and Paroksha Devatas. If the Pratyaksha and Paroksha Devatas were not present, A. If the Pratyaksha and the Paroksha Devatas were not always benevolent to us, B. If I recognize the Pratyaksha and Paroksha Devatas, I can also discover these Pratyaksha and Paroksha Devatas are in fact controlled by the absolute Brahman. And therefore I become one with Brahman. And becoming one with Brahman is Indra. Idam Dra. This I saw. So like that, this very beautiful sukta, this very beautiful Anuvaka concludes. Actually, I have only scratched the surface of this Anuvaka. When we take up each one of the deities and what they are and which part they are and what is their glory, how did they come about, that is your homework.